Beer Festival.
November 4th.
It's November the 4th, which is a Saturday, and they do it in 2 segments. They do a 12 to 3, and then they're doing a 3 to 6. So we're going to the 12 to 3. Or maybe 4 to 7. I don't know. Maybe it's a regroup or something.
It's working.
So, yeah. So, listen. This account right here, the Pizza and Beer Festival on the 4th of November. Go check it out on our page. It's in LA. Go check out my personal page. My name is Patrick, by the way.
With 2 C's.
2 C's.
Well, they know.
Yeah, yes. I'm saying for them. Anyway, I'm sure they know my name too. Anyway, do you guys like the new shirt?
I think you have to shove your chest into the counter, but not knock over.
So we're doing these new micro graphics, which I really like.
Are you wearing my one?
Yeah. What's it? Oh yeah. So this
actually, I believe a lot of the micros this season were mine, except for that lame one about space. Space. That's the one I don't even like anymore. Yeah. I don't know why. You and Tyler were like, oh, it's so funny, I get it. And I'm like, I don't get it.
I get it, but it's now that we're doing so many micros, it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, no one's ordered it yet, so we'll see. So welcome to episode 25 of Mind of the Founder, and thank you guys for sticking in because we had technical difficulties over here. So today's episode is brought to you by PBR.
Happens to be last week's sponsor.
I think last week's was Simpler Times.
Oh yeah, it was
Simpler Times. And keep in mind they don't sponsor this shit. Unfortunately, we still have to buy it. So anyway, welcome, and yeah, what's going on?
Unfortunately, you still have to drink it.
Yeah, fortunately, I have to drink it. One day we'll have so many people viewing, I'll put that shit out until they want to start providing it for me for free. But right now, so anyway, how was the week?
It was good. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
They've been waiting.
Yeah. So let's go ahead for questions. Go ahead. Yeah. And for those of you that this is your first time tuning in, this is where you guys submit questions to us via email, via commenting, via whatever, anything, and say, hey, this is what I want to know. It can be personal. It doesn't have to be personal. It can be business. It can be whatever you want to know about me, the company, the girlfriend, us.
Or whatever. What we think about
what we think about stuff, things. All the crazy shit that's going on. Yeah, because I'll freaking tell you. But I won't put that unsolicited. What?
Stop fidgeting.
Stop.
Pretty sure Patrick has ADD because we were watching Shark Tank today and they were like describing someone with ADD and like all the little mannerisms. Like you do all of those things.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get started.
Okay. First question. You're always so upbeat. How do you stay motivated day to day? You're always so upbeat. How do you stay motivated day to day?
I think, well, I'm upbeat just because I'm fortunate. I'm a freaking white male. Right there.
Refer to Lil Dicky music video.
Right there. I'm a white dude. That is like, I'm fortunate as fuck for that. Mm-hmm. And I think overall, and I've talked to you about this a lot. Like, I've learned more from death than I have from life. And because I've been unfortunate in my life and had a lot of experience with death. And I'm not talking like your grandmother dying. I'm talking like close friends and shit like that. So, and I have a different perspective on life. Mm-hmm. And so I really, try not to take it for granted. So because of that, like, and I'm a white male, I was born in the United States to a, lower middle class family. We didn't have money, but we weren't well, there were some times that, you know, my parents were struggling, but I never saw it, you know. Mm-hmm. We always had food there. It might have been hot dogs chopped up with macaroni and cheese, bologna, whatever it was, but it was there. And so, and I never knew, so I never saw that. But so I think overall, I'm just always upbeat just because I'm fortunate. I wake up every day and I get to do what I love with a person I love. So why, like, and I get to impact children, like, while I do that. Like, that's like the best thing in the world. So I think that's how I stay upbeat. So, and don't get me wrong though, how often do I get down?
You'll get down maybe like, and that's even if you even show it long enough for me to see it, like, maybe I think you get down once every 2 weeks, but you're over it within like 10 minutes.
It's like just 10 minutes every 2 weeks, every 14 days.
Yeah, because you talk yourself out of it a lot. That's the weird thing.
I do, and it's because it's like, I tell you all the time, and I say this to a lot of people, like, I look at things like there's two buckets, right?
Yeah.
You got two, everything I put it can go in one of two buckets. The one bucket is, do I have cancer, or am I at war and have bullets coming at me? Or do I have ALS? Do I have a terminal disease, or do I have bullets coming at me? Mm-hmm. And it's like, yes or no. And if it's no, it goes in the other bucket, and it fucking doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It really, really, really doesn't matter.
I like it when you throw this at me. Like, I'm complaining. It's like, it's like so hot, and like all the stuff I want to wear is in the laundry. I've got nothing to wear. And you're like, come on, there's two buckets. Do you have cancer, or is it not that bad? I'm like, it's cancer right now. Yeah. It sucks. But you're just so good at like getting over things. I'm just like, why can't you just suffer for a little bit so you feel how I feel sometimes?
I'm reading a book, the book I'm reading, and we've done Audible. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I want to go get it.
Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
Because you always misplace and or lose things?
Misplace books.
Sometimes.
So, it's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it's really it's really good. So we listened to the Audible, and I liked it so much I went out and got I ordered the book, and
I think it'll be better.
Yeah, it's gonna be super good. I've actually started it, but I just started it. So I think that's what's up, Ian? He's one of my friends from England.
Oh, is he one of the guys you pranked a lot?
No. Oh. He used to come over and visit every year when John and I bartended at JP's. Oh. So yeah, long time no see. Mm-hmm. Thanks for keeping up with me. I hope all's well. I guess that's what it is, and I think life is perspective, right? It's like, really, how bad is it? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, a lot of times people talk about watching the news, and it's depressing. It is, but fuck, it'll also let you know how fortunate you are. You know what I mean? Look at poor Santa Rosa and all that shit that's going on with the fires. It's like, we're lucky as hell. And until shit like that, it's like, doesn't fucking matter. So I like to keep a smile on my face.
Who did we like recently listen to, or like quoted something where it's like, it's not like, it's how you react to things that matter, not like what happens or something.
It's I say it all the time. It's 10% what happens, 90% how you react to it.
Yeah.
You know,
I forgot who it was. It would have been good to mention who it was.
Yeah. I got that from Kanye.
It wasn't Kanye.
I know. I'm just saying his book. I read his book. He's got a book. Yeah.
Is it called Kanye West by Kanye West?
No, it's actually it's a very small. Let me find it real quick. It's good.
Is it a comic?
No.
He has a book?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're gonna really love it.
That was like a CD insert.
No, no, it's a book.
Oh, I've seen that. Oh, okay, that's a book.
So it's a book, right? And it's just a bunch of.
It's just like quotes. I flipped through it. I didn't realize.
Yeah. So his thing was, I think his was 95.5, but I really think it's 90.10, in my opinion.
No, so whoever I heard, he was like, life is about how you react to things.
Life is 5% what happens and 95% how you react.
That's cool. Let's keep that out.
Yeah, no, it's got it. So the name of the book is Kanye West Presents Thank You and You're Welcome.
It's close to Kanye West by
exactly.
Kanye West.
That's why when you said that, I was like going to do it. It's actually really good. Know your worth. People always act like they're doing more for you than you're doing for them. Ask yourself this question. Why would they do that? Obviously, you bring something to the table for them, even to do business with you.
He's not all bad. He just knows how to. He just knows how to build that persona.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. And how do we? That was more directed to me.
That was you, because that's definitely not me. Fiona, how do you always stay so upbeat? That's not me.
It's how do I stay upbeat with her about to beat me for staying so upbeat.
It's National Grouch Day.
It is National Grouch Day today, guys. So yeah. All right, next question.
Okay.
Remember, submit your questions at ask@fbnw.us or by commenting. It doesn't matter.
You know, FBNW is a hard row of letters to say together.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, so second question. I follow your stories and I noticed that you and the girlfriend are so opposite. How does that work out when you're working together?
We were just talking about it. Miss Grouch over here, Oscar the Grouch. But what was the last part?
How does it work out when you're working together?
I
think they're just interested in, like, do we just tear each other apart whenever we have to work
I want you to answer the question first. And then I'll give you my side. Well, from my opinion, my view.
We're definitely very different.
Very different.
Down to, like, how we like to organize our time and things. Like, I have my very set way of doing things and he has his, and he's definitely more flexible than I am across the board in everything like life. And so when I'm like, no, this is how we do it, this is like my way, he's more inclined to listen. But when he's like, no, this is how you do it, I'm more of like, that doesn't make sense, we should do it this way. And I'm
I disagree with that.
No, I always kind of fight you on it.
No, you don't fight. We had this conversation the other day. I was telling you I need you to fight me more.
No, on
you
process.
You don't fight me enough. No, I'm saying on everything.
No, on process, on something where I do things a certain way, but you want me to do it your way, and I'm like, no, it's way better me doing it my way.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, we have very.
Yeah, on process, yes, we disagree on things, and
yeah,
you'll get your way more times than not.
Because you're just better at, like, compromising on those things. Because I'm
my battles.
I'm very type A when it comes to work and being, the way I am. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, overall, like, we're both very open-minded people, and so we work well together because I'll, like, come at him with ideas and he'll, like, DA it, and I'll get frustrated.
Explain what DA is.
Devil's advocate, which is always, like, countering, like, poking holes in whatever I come up with.
Objections. I try to poke holes and come up with objections to every idea that she tosses at me. And sometimes, sorry to interject, but this is a great transition part of it. Not we don't have to transition, but I want to mention it so I don't forget it. Let's see, I forgot it.
ADD strikes again.
What we were just talking about.
All
I was thinking in my head is, is she going to get upset for me for interrupting her and continuing to speak? And I was like, well, if I let her know that it does pertain to this and it's a good transition, then it's like, well, if I say it's a transition, then she's going to think I was just ignoring everything else that she said.
I'll tell you what you were going to say.
Okay.
you're going to say, so the reasons why I poke holes in it is because when you see things from both sides of the argument, it makes a point stronger because you're able to kind of like, oh, yeah, if that's an issue, then let's try to fix it now and make the whole final idea much stronger than to take it at face value, which is why you do it. But
I call it the 3 steps ahead rule.
In the moment, it's very irritating. Yeah. Because you're just like me, and we were talking about this last night.
You work on shit for a long time.
Yeah, I like come up with an idea and I go because I'm like, it's a good idea. I'm going with it, and then I come to him and I'm like, A, B, C, D, and this is how we're gonna do it. And then he's like, well, this, and then like for me, I'm just like crushed because I'm like, but it was a good idea. And I'm so set on that good idea that I don't even want to edit my idea because it's such a great idea. But I guess normal people, I don't know normal if I'm normal, but normal people would be like, this A is a good idea, but let's think of several other options like B and C. And
You're getting way in left field. Like that's all confusing from my side. But I know what you're talking about.
But the point is, we work well together because he like checks me when I'm kind of being like, no, and then I check him when he's kind of like getting off. So we check each other, which is good.
Yeah. I'll agree with all of that. I do think I am the devil's advocate, and she does get a little upset sometimes with me because she thinks I'm just shitting on her ideas, and it's like, look,
especially when it's something where I feel like I know better, then I'm like, no.
But like I tell her, it's my job to be the DA in this, the Mr. Objection, the poke holes and everything, because at the end of the day, it's my responsibility whether this company goes. So if this company fails, it's not on you. It's on me. You know what I mean? So I can't let something come through and make it through if I can, and also I've got to think 3 steps ahead because there's always a lawsuit down the road. There's always something down the road that I've got to think of. And I just, not lawsuits. That's I was bad. I'm just saying that's more like when you're dealing with employees. You got to make sure you're doing certain things because, if you try to take shortcuts and it might be a good idea now, it's like, well, in 3 steps. But at the same time, you can't think too far ahead.
You're like 3,000 steps ahead if you're thinking of that.
Sometimes. Yeah, I'm not thinking of that. I was just, that's why that was a very drastic thing. So anyway, all right, next question.
Oh, you're good.
It's toasty in here. What did you like?
I didn't touch the thermostat. That was set at whatever it is. What do you set it to? 70? It's like a nice 80 outside right now.
So listen, here we go. Everybody thinks.
You have to turn that off, otherwise it won't stop. House is on fire. It's okay though. We're doing Night of the Founder. It's all that matters right now.
So anyway, the room temperature is 72 degrees. Like that's what you learn is that's room temperature, right?
Is it?
Yes, it is. I swear on everything.
What's body temperature?
Body temperature is 98.6.
So what's like comfortable temperature? If room temperature is that and body temperature is that?
Room temperature is what is considered comfortable temperature. It's what a room should be at for it to be comfortable.
Not if you live in England. It's colder in general. I don't think room temperature would be 72.
What do you mean? Room temperature is like, it's the same. It's like room temperature is 72 because no matter where you at, 72 degrees is 72 degrees.
Yeah, but what if you...
So if you're in England and it's cold, so you set your thermostat to 72 degrees. If it's hot outside, you set your thermostat to 72 degrees.
72 is like a heat wave in England.
What the hell does that have to do with room temperature?
Room temperature.
It doesn't. Room temperature is what you ideally would set it to, you silly goose. So anyway, she likes to set the thermostat. She thinks 78 is what ideally your room, like.
Yeah, when you leave the house, 78.
Oh, you little goose. You know it's not like that. No. 78, and the only reason you say that is because I've explained to you, I don't know what that was.
Oh, the text.
I've explained to you
It preserves
energy. That it conserves energy. But she likes it. She'll come in, she was like, you got it set on 76? I'm like, yeah, because 72 is room temperature, which I wish it was at, but I don't want you to bitch at me. So yeah, it's at 76. She's like, I'm like, 78? That's what they say. Whenever you leave your house, conserve your energy. We're on a flex alert. Put it at 78. And Fiona's like, it should be at 78 while we're here. It's like, no, I'm fucking sweating.
I'm just conserving energy.
No, you think it's comfortable. I'm like, it's so fucking hot right now.
So like, I will just walk into the hallway and like adjust the temperature.
She does it all the time. Like we just go back and forth, like adjusting it behind each other. And then she goes home, and then like my brother keeps his thermostat on like 68. 68. Like,
I was in Tennessee and frozen. I was like, what is going on? I'm gonna get sick.
In the summer, yeah. So anyway. All right, next question. Sorry guys.
Anyway. What do you think is your strength and your weakness as an entrepreneur?
My strength and weakness as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Let's start with my strengths because that's a way shorter list.
No, just one strength.
Oh.
And one. She didn't say strengths and weaknesses. Strength and weakness.
Well, it's like you
have to choose your strongest point and your weakest point.
I think my strongest point is just well, fuck, I don't know.
Someone's so full of himself.
No, I don't know. I don't mean it like that. I mean it like I can work like no one else. Yeah. At least no other white person.
Yeah.
I have a fond heart for my lovely Hispanic Latinos and Latinas
that run the fashion industry, basically.
Run the fashion industry. My Mexican boy. Oh, I love Mexicans. I have such a fond heart for Mexicans, and like the whole like Hispanic culture and people, and so that's when I'm like, those motherfuckers, they know how to work.
You'd know.
I would know
because you're one of them.
A lot of them have worked with me and for me, and they're amazing people. So anyway, I work I think that's a strength, but I also think that just my outlook is a strength.
Yeah, your ability to just always pick yourself up and stay positive.
Yeah, staying positive, because that shit's hard. Especially if you saw me from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., the shit that goes through my fucking head when I wake up and I can't go back to sleep because it's all fucking negative shit. It's all I can't sleep, anxious, and this and that. But I gotta wake up, fucking just slap myself and move. So I think those are the strengths of mine. Weakness.
Although she asked for one.
Shut up. Weakness is I talk way too much. No, I'm just kidding. I'm starting to embrace that.
Yeah.
It's my self-doubt.
Okay, yeah.
Self-doubt. I do have a lot of self-doubt. We call it the Buck Scuffle effect. I grew up on a street in Tennessee called a road called Buck Scuffle. It was at 950 Buck Scuffle Road, Wartrace, Tennessee, 37183. And
is that a zip code?
Yeah, that's a zip code. And so I just leaving Tennessee in high school was that was a big deal, and a lot of that is still with me. So I have a lot of self-doubt, even though I don't really show it, but I really do. So I think that's my biggest weakness. You?
I think maybe my strength, not just as an entrepreneur, I guess just because I've only been an entrepreneur for 2 months. So I can't really answer it in that way, but I'm very, I'm super organized, and I think that helps in a lot of ways because I stick to my deadlines and I stick to my projects and I just get things done. So I think basically being organized and
you
focused.
Are probably one of the most organized people I know.
Yeah.
But let me say this, not a but, it's an and. I don't want your computer to die first, but I'm sure you
survive.
Okay.
I think.
No, but I don't want you to get my habits. So that's why I'm always like, will you put it in the calendar? You put it in the calendar, because I don't want me, because I'm bad. Like, I'll think of something and fucking it's gone out of my head 5 minutes later.
Oh no, I'm like, I do things.
Yeah, just don't. I'm just saying, don't let me rub off on you, because I'm fucking awful.
No, to a fault, because you'd be like, oh, can you do this? And I'm like, okay, and then you're like, not now. Like, when you have time, I'm just. Like,
you're very.
I'll just go. Like, you want me to do something?
Yeah, you just go, and I'm like. No, I don't mean like now. I'm just saying in your head. Remember, like, we need to get around to doing this. Now to, what do you think your weakness is?
My weakness? To the like opposite you, where I kind of, when I get down, I get stuck in a rut, and it takes you to pick me out of it. Like, I can get like frustrated, and I'll just be like, ugh. And it'll just kind of like affect, not like to the point where like I'm in a bad mood for the rest of the day, but it'll affect my productivity, and I know it.
Yeah.
Like,
I never know if you're in a mood or if you're just like, because
I'm sitting there trying to talk myself out of it most of the time until you catch on, and then you're like, oh, what's wrong? And then I'll be like, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, it's not even that big of a deal. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, you're right. But, like, I get down on myself when I don't do anything, like, as good, or something doesn't work out as good as I wanted it to.
Shit, I'm just used to failing.
It affects me.
I'm just used to it. I just looked at myself in that angle, and I thought I saw my brother.
You guys are, like, you're aging in the same timeline. Well, different hair, but...
There we go. I look different with my brother now.
Yeah, now you look different.
Way different.
I know what you're going to look like in like 5 years.
You mean
10 years? I mean, yeah.
10 years older. No, I okay. To your weakness point, I can see that as your weakness, and it's really me trying to figure out how we work better together. Because I'm such, I don't really call myself a morning person.
Yeah, you are. Like, what other term is there?
I'm a non-night person.
Early day person?
I'm an early day person. Like, I'm just, like, I'm good till about 7 at night, unless I'm working on something sometimes, but whatever. Typically, I'm in, like, 9:30 at night. But, so I don't ever know if it's, like, I'm just, like, overly moving. It's still the morning. I'm like, when did the non-morning people, like, get out of their funk?
Around, like, 4. No, seriously, around 4, I'm feeling creative, and I want to do, like, some stuff. But before that, I'm just doing
we should plan our day like that. That's what's...
No, because then I want to go out and do stuff at 4. I'm like, oh, let's go.
We need to go out to do stuff.
Like, I'm feeling social, and I'm, like, in a good mood to go do stuff.
She's come home and watch Dateline. Don't let her lie. Like, go out and do shit. What the fuck do we do?
We don't go out and do anything.
We don't do anything. But that's what we love. That's what we love. Last night, great transition. Last night, we went to the Boys and Girls Club, had their annual charity event, fundraiser here, the Pasadena chapters.
It's called Black Tie and Burgers.
It's called Black Tie and Burgers, and if you follow us on social media, you've seen photos. And
videos.
And to my defense, everybody's like yelling at me for wearing shorts.
Who? Just one guy?
Not yet. No, there's been more. You haven't seen all the other stuff, like on my personal Instagram stuff. Anyway.
Because you didn't explain to them.
Well, it's not even that. I'm saying I don't think it looked that fucking bad.
No, I thought it looked cool. I liked
the blacks didn't match because those are just the Dickies I wear all the time.
Well, also you're wearing Dickies and a suit jacket, so I don't expect the blacks to match.
Yeah, true. But I'm saying I would wear a suit like that. But anyway, the reason we did the reason I wore it like that anyway was because it's like, will you explain this part?
So it's like it's a charity fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club. So to start, it's for the Boys and Girls Club. It's about fun and kids, and then everyone there's a bunch of people who are like super dressed up and they're nice looking and stuff, but there's a lot of like people who dress up fun, and like our guy JD, the program director at the Pasadena branch. he, for the past 2 years, wore like a crushed velvet like tuxedo, like an orange one, and I think like a blue one, powder blue. So this year he wore like this red velvet jacket that looked like a Hugh Hefner robe, and like this Mad Men printed like poly silk shirt. So it's like all in fun, and people show up in like
crazy shit,
shorts and whatever, and it's like a fun event. So it's all in good fun.
And when we showed up, I hadn't seen JD yet, and
we only saw all the people who took it seriously.
All the people that, like, dressed up nicely, and I was like, did JD play a fucking joke on us?
Of course, the people who dress up all funky and fun come late.
Yeah. Fashionably late. As I told you, we were supposed to show up late.
We showed up 10 minutes late.
Told you. Not 15 minutes early, 15 minutes late. What else? I spoke this week at Kiwanis.
Yeah. No, wait. So I want to mention Yvonne
Gonzalez.
Yvonne
Gonzalez. That girl was off the hinges.
Yeah. So she was the Boys and Girls Club's year recipient, and I don't know what she gets, or she just gets like the title. She
got the title, but this is the first time that one of them got to go to China for 2 weeks.
Oh, that was the reward. Yeah. Okay, I heard that part. Yeah. So she grew up within the Boys and Girls Club as a child. She attended, and she had some traumatizing experiences within her childhood.
Sexual abuse, everything.
And so Boys and Girls Club was like her escape. And she had like mentors there who just kind of, got her through. And then throughout high school, these club members would show up to her like softball games, her cheerleading contests, etc. and
basically
whatever.
Her parents.
Yeah, they were just like their family. And then I forget which college she went to, but she's like full functioning, and she's doing something impressive right now.
Yeah, it was just her speech.
She's just well spoken.
17 years old, speaking in front of 300 people that were at the event last night.
300 like
proper
people who were like in their average 50s.
No, they weren't average 50s, average 40s.
Mid-40s.
Mid-40s. But they were very, the age doesn't matter. Why are you so ageist?
No, I'm just saying ese are like movers and shakers.
They
of
were
the
movers
community.
and shakers.
And she's like this 18-year-old.
The tickets to get into the event were $175 a piece.
And someone bought like Club 33 tickets at Disneyland for $3,500, which we're still so baffled by. We're like, this is $3,500.
Yeah. So it's a charity event, right?
Yeah.
And so
charity fundraiser.
Yeah. So the people that were there, and we didn't buy our tickets. The Boys and Girls Club, we went as guests, so we're like, we can't do that. But it was an amazing event. So the people there, the point of that is the people there are like prestigious, like they're, people that
they're impressive people.
They're impressive people. And this 17-year-old stood up there and gave this probably 15-minute possibly speech that had me moved.
Yeah. She was very articulate.
Like I teared up.
Like
she just crushed it. And I was like thinking, it was like, I just did one at Kiwanis in front of like 20, 25 people.
And you're nervous.
And I was nervous. Like this, she just walks up there and she crushed it. And so we just want to give a shout out to her. And she's amazing, amazing girl. And she obviously